I'm not a big fan of long curtain speeches, so I'll say without further ado, it is my pleasure, really. They always say that it is, but it really is my pleasure, to introduce Jeffrey Givens in Big, Black, and Shy. Jeffrey, this is not the time to get shy on me.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Good afternoon to you.
So you're backup singers.
Oh. Well, it's nice to see all of you here today. I'd like to start with a question. What is the first thing that comes to mind for you when you hear the phrase black person? Maybe you think of entertainers, or maybe you think of athletes, or maybe you just think big scary guy with a gun. Do you ever think shy? Probably not, right? However, some of us are shy. Like myself, I've been shy all of my life. And I'm so shy I was not sure I ever wanted to do anything like this. I did get inspiration from a video that I saw a few years ago. By a show of hands, how many of you have seen the Susan Boyle video?
What is it?
Oh, a lot of you. Okay, a lot of you have seen it. For those of you who haven't seen it, Susan Boyle's a singer. She first appeared on the show Britain's Got Talent. And when she came out onto the stage, well, she kind of waddled out onto the stage, as you might remember, and she didn't look very attractive. She looked kind of dumpy. And because of her looks, people thought she couldn't do anything. Then she opened her mouth and this amazing voice came out. And now everybody loves her and she's famous all over the world. She sang this song. There was a time when love was blind, and the world was a song, and the song was exciting. There was a time when it all went wrong. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hopes apart, as they turn your dreams to shame. And still I dreamed he'd come to me, that we would live the years together. But there are dreams that cannot be. Now life has killed the dream I dreamed. We are getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, though. As I said before, I've been shy my whole life, and I can even remember just being just a very little kid, like 3 or 4 years old, being shy and really not wanting to be around anybody else. Jeffrey, come on. You've been in that corner all day. You keep reading that same book. And we're playing over here. We're playing and we have music. Oh, and we're going to have your favorite snack instead of apples and crackers. We're going to have Twinkies. Don't you want to have Twinkies with everybody else? Twinkies? Oh, my favorite. But all the kids are over there. Oh, I don't want to. Come here instead. I love you. I could play with the dog at least. Well, that was one of the things that would happen to me. Another thing that would happen during nap time. Most of the kids were asleep because, well, it's nap time. But for some reason, I couldn't sleep. So I would entertain myself with commercial jingles. My baloney has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name, it's M-A-Y-E-R. I love to eat it every day, and if you ask me what I'll say, is Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-D-N-A. By the way, I might put in a few more commercials here and there during the show. I mean, they even have them in the movies, right? They have them everywhere. Oh, yeah. I can also remember when I was about 7 years old, something that happened to me. I was in 2nd grade, and the teacher called me up after school and wanted to talk to me about something. Oh, hi, Jeffrey. Oh, thank you for staying after school today. Did you know that you are the best speller in the whole class? Yeah, it's true. And because of that, I am going to have you represent our class in the school-wide spelling bee. School-wide? Does that mean the whole school? It sure does. You and representatives from other class are going to be on that big stage in the auditorium, and you can show everybody how great you spell. Isn't that wonderful? It wasn't wonderful. So on the morning of the spelling bee, I got dressed and went to the bathroom, as usual, if I was going to brush my teeth. Instead, I did this. Actually, I'm not going to show you exactly what I did. But what happened afterwards is, well, I like to call it my first acting job. Mommy! Mommy, come in the bathroom! Oh. Look! I threw up! No, you have to let me go to school today, because today's the big school-wide spelling bee, and I can't miss that. Jeffrey, you just threw up. You seriously expect me to let you go to school? You're going to throw up everywhere. No, get back in your pajamas, get back into bed. You are not going to school today. Aww. So much for the spelling bee. So as you can see, I was so shy that I would make myself sick to not have to participate in things with a bunch of people around. So I didn't have a whole lot of people around growing up. So I took solace in my favorite cartoon character, Snoopy. He was very outgoing and had a big imagination, and he could do anything in the world on top of his doghouse. Snoopy and the other Peanuts characters have their own Broadway show, and it's called You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. I see some of you have heard of it. My favorite song from that show is called My New Philosophy. And in that scene, Sally, who is Charlie Brown's sister, has just received a D.
Oh yeah? That's what you think. Well, why are you telling me?
What are you telling me? What is
Why
that?
are you telling me? I like that. That is a good philosophy. Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me my new philosophy? The teacher gave a D on last week's homework. She said, Miss Sally Brown, your grades are going down. I could have told her
Your new philosophy.
my new philosophy. Miss B, I'm she. Look, see. A D? A D. Well, why are you telling me? And that's my new philosophy. Why are you telling me my new philosophy?
You know, Sally, I think I better go practice my Chopin.
No. I like that. No. Ah, that's a good philosophy. No. No. No.
So that's your
No.
new philosophy, huh?
Yes. I mean, no. And like a busy bee, each new philosophy can fly from tree to tree and keep me moving. When life's a dizzy maze on alternating days, I choose a different phrase.
Your new philosophy.
My new philosophy.
Some philosophies are simple. Man cannot live by bread alone. Some philosophies are clear.
Leave a message at the sound of the tone.
Some philosophies pick and choose, deciding what goes in it. Some take a lifetime.
Mine take a minute.
Don't you know, Sally, though, that anything that takes just a minute can't have enduring value? For example, did you know that Beethoven took 25
No!
I can't stand it.
I can't stand it. I like it. It's like a guarantee. My new philosophy. And things are sure to be a whole lot brighter. Oh yeah, that's what you think. What are you telling me? I can't stand it. Now life is free and easy. Much more philosophy with my brand new. You know, someone has said that we should live each day as if it were the last day of our lives.
This is the last day of our life?
Clearly, some philosophies aren't for all people. And that's my new philosophy. And now a word from one of our non-sponsors. I am stuck on Band-Aid when the Band-Aid's stuck on me. I am stuck on Band-Aid, so germs won't stick on me. And they'll stay stuck no matter what, to fingers, toes, and knees. I am stuck on Band-Aid, 'cause Band-Aid helps heal me. And now, back to our show. By the time I was 12, I had to deal with something different. And that year, my cousin and I, who I used to be very close with, would be going to the same school for the first time. But that summer, well, she noticed a problem.
You? What? You keep doing that. You always stand just like this, and you always talk just like this, like some white girl down the street, and you can't do
like me. Alright? You gotta be talking like me. You gotta be styling like me. You sure as hell ain't going to school with me if you can't. And as you may have noticed, I didn't do that because I still talk like this. Stuff like this, well, just wasn't me. And as a result, on the first day of school, my cousin shooed me away. Like literally, did that in front of one of my friends. But she wasn't the only one. The other black kids made it clear that I was not one of them, but I wasn't one of the white kids either. And as a result, I found myself at home, alone. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I'm a young Egyptian princess or a milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in Milan. I'm an heiress who has always had her silk made by her own flock of silkworms in Japan. I'm a girl mad for love's a game I can play with the cool and confident kind of air. Just as long as I stay in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. After that came high school, and a little incident I like to call the church camp story. I didn't like going to church at all when I was a kid. So when my mother informed me that I would be attending church camp, that sounded even worse. Imagine going to church 3 times a day for an hour, 7 days a week, and being surrounded by kids 24/7 with no chance to be alone. That sounded terrible. So I had to get out of it by performing what I like to call my second acting job. No, please, no, please, Mommy, please, you cannot make me go to church camp, please, I will do anything. I'll clean the house from top to bottom. You can take my allowance away for a year, please, I'll do anything, please. All right, Jeffrey, all right, shh. You don't have to go to church camp. Thank you, Mommy. By the way, this is a picture of my mother. If you happen to see her, she still doesn't know that I faked all of that, so our little secret. So in order to get away from things like church camp and my neighborhood and my cousin, I had to escape by going to college. Go Bears! So my first day at Cal, I'm in line with thousands of other kids waiting for, whatever dorm room they've been assigned to. And it seemed like after everybody had settled in, just a few hours later, they all knew each other. Different parts of the country, different parts of the world. Already they knew each other. They're making plans for things like study groups and parties, and somehow I got left out. This crowd of 30,000 people, nobody knew who I was. true I am. I don't know who I am. It's such a shame. I'm such a sham. No one knows who I am. Am I the face of the future? Am I the face of the past? Am I the one who must finish last? Look at me and tell me who I am, why I am, what I am. Will I survive? Who would give a damn if no one knows who I am? Nobody knows, not even you. No one knows who I am. Well, after surviving college, it was time to go out in the real world and get a job. And a degree from Berkeley got me an $8 an hour retail job. I worked at a music store called Tupper and Reed in downtown Berkeley. Looks like a few of you have heard of it. So that store closed in 2005, and I still have one of their uniform shirts. I didn't think I'd need it again. So lots of people came through Tupper and Reed, lots of students, lots of teachers, and lots of performers. Performing, however, was the last thing on my mind. Until one day when a bar opened up across the street. It's called the Shattuck Down Low, and they have karaoke on Tuesday nights. I'd never been to a karaoke bar before. Actually, I'd never been to a bar before. I didn't know what the big deal was, so one day after work, I decided to go and find out. And there were people there that were up there singing, most of them off-key, but they all had the courage to at least go up there, unlike myself. And as I was trying to make a quick getaway, the KJ pulled me back up on stage and would not let me leave until I sang something. While I'm far away from you.
Hey, why don't you perform and stop looking down in a
I
microphone?
know it's hard for you, my baby, because it's hard for me, my baby.
That's a little better,
This
yeah.
hour is just before dawn. Each night before you go to bed, my baby.
That's better. Yep.
Whisper a little prayer for me, my baby, and tell all the stars above. This is dedicated to the one I love.
Hey, baby, can I buy you a drink?
I left immediately afterwards. On my way home, I was thinking, maybe it's time I finally took some singing lessons. So I chose a music teacher, but I probably should have done my homework before I chose him. The kind of music he sings, and mostly teaches, is stuff like this. And now another word from one of our non-sponsors. See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all. On a highway or a road along a levee. Performance is sweeter, nothing can beat her. Life is completer in a Chevy. And now back to our show. So after a few voice lessons, my teacher informed me that all of his students, including myself, would be part of a vocal recital. At that point, I had a total of 5 lessons, and he told me that I would be going first. It was at the Berkeley City Club ballroom, which is a pretty big ballroom. It was full of people looking at me on stage, waiting for me to do anything interesting. And my guess is that there are cadavers that were less stiff than I was. You don't have to say you love me, just be close at hand. You don't have to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me, I can't help but love you, but believe me, I'll never tie you down. Stop. So I'm not going to torture you with that whole experience. But just imagine that going on for 3 long minutes. My performing future was not looking very bright. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
She's not kidding. We're going to take a 10 to 15 minute intermission, have some more champagne, fruit, whatever you want.